North Carolina's finest, Rapsody, returns with her first album in 5 years, and she's got a whole lot to say. What is good, y'all? It's your boy Mixtape Mob. If you are rocking with this content, please smash that like button up for your boy. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. But today, I'm going to hit y'all with my thoughts on this new project from Rapsody entitled Please Don't Cry. So, Rapsody, she is an artist who you go to whenever you want to hear bars mixed with substance. And when we're talking about who are some of the most lyrically gifted female MCs of this modern era, Rapsody's name instantly comes to mind, as she is well respected in the culture amongst the greats. Now, getting right into this brand new project, Please Don't Cry. It is a longer one at 22 tracks, lasting approximately an hour and 5 minutes. So with that being said, I'm just going to jump right ahead into that track by track breakdown. This thing opens with the She's Expecting You intro, which features the legendary Felicia Rashad, who does reappear on the album as Rapsody's therapist. So this intro is setting the tone that Rapsody will be opening up and turning inward on this project. Track 2, Marlana, is an autobiographical record where she is examining exactly who she is, and so she begins to peel back the layers. And this is set to a vibrant instrumental that has some beat shifts. Sonically, it was dope and a solid way to kick this album off. Right after is Asteroids, a smooth banger produced by Hit Boy that had dropped back in 2023 and was one of my favorite songs of last year. It was a complete bar fest where Rapsody was really putting on a master class in MCing over a plush boom bap beat from Hit, and there are a lot of quotables to be found, and this still remains I'd say the best song on the album. Track 4, Look at What You've Done, is also a stellar song. We get this very hypnotic, multi-layered instrumental that has that distinct North Carolina soulful quality. The following bars, though, really jumped out at me. Talk to God, the source asking how many mics is this? They told me 5, I told them 7. Jordan, Jackson, other Jordan, Phelps, Tyson, Coach K, Epps, I feel like 7. So a lot of great wordplay here with the multiple mic names, as well as that 5 mic source reference, although she feels she should get 7. Gotta love that confidence. Next song is D&D. It's Not Personal, and it's about when her social battery is running low and she just wants to be on Do Not Disturb. So I feel it's a relatable theme for many, and it has that Monica sample that you just can't really go wrong with. That G-Funk synth also gives it that summertime in 95 block party feel. That's fun. The following track, Black Pop Star, continues on this bouncier upbeat direction where we have what feels like a mashup of, let's say, a Timbaland and Pharrell type beat. Yeah, as a whole, solid record that has that knock. Then Rapsody gets into her introspective bag heavily for the following 4 songs. Now, track 7, Stand Tall, finds her doing some soul searching over a slower, syrupy, twangy beat. She's talking about being judged harshly in the rap game and also suffering from anxiety and sleep deprivation. She does have a funny bar aimed at her critics, though, but you only wonder if I eat coochie or like some dick in me. Y'all need to read Dick Gregory, bitches. The following song, That One Time, has a laid-back, somber instrumental with some woodwinds, and I feel this is a great backdrop for her to open up about her relationships and just embracing imperfection. Also, she may possibly admit to have dated women in the past, but I couldn't quite tell if I heard that correctly, and the Genius website wasn't helping me out. Then what follows is 3 a.m. with Erykah Badu, and it's a sleek, jazzy love song that really channels that whole Soul Aquarians vibe. You have Terrace Martin on the bass and horns, and with Erica's vocals, this completely taps into that neo soul aesthetic that I feel many folks are gonna love. So as a whole, this was a great record that will likely be most appreciated by that grown and sexy crowd. Now, the next song, Loose Rocks, is an important record on the album due to all of the pain-filled introspection that we are getting. It is here where she reveals that someone close to her has dementia. Now, it's either her grandma or her aunt. I'm sorry if I got the information wrong, but the Genius website was not up to speed. Like they were just not on it. I'm not saying I rely on the Genius website all the time, but for some of these bigger releases, you would think they would have that information. But despite all the good things with this song, I can't say I necessarily loved its placement on the album because it was the fourth slower song in a row, and I just feel it would have been better suited probably at another point in the album, for my ears at least. We do then get a tempo shift with the following song, Diary of a Mad Bitch. Now, this does seem like it pays homage to Lil' Kim, especially with Rapsody's flow, but it's also a throwback to the 2000s in general. And that can be felt by that slick up-tempo guitar riff, but the hook on this, now the hook was easily my least favorite moment on this album. Yeah, the chorus just felt a bit obnoxious, although I'm sure that was intentional. There was some good rapping on here, no doubt, like the following lines, step out, turn their heads on you dudes, just like you Conway. But yeah, probably won't be returning to this song. Then for the following three tracks, Rapsody seems to go into more of a reggae style bag. Sonically, track 12, Never Enough, it does sound like a modern day attempt at making a Distant Relatives type of track, but it works. And there are sharp lines to be found, like when Rapsody said, I'm like Rastas and Nas, I know one love, I know God. Also, blunted on reality like Wiz Khalifa, like a nappy head through all my logic, theories, and thesis. So there's a clever tie-in to Wiz Khalifa and the Fugees' debut album. Track 13, He Shot Me, is a groovy rendition of I Shot the Sheriff, but with a soul council-like twist that gives it that distinct North Cackalack sound. And on this record, she is addressing police brutality and doing some storytelling. The following song, God's Light, also continues on this reggae tip, but it was my least favorite of the batch. Now here's why. So I didn't think this was a bad song at all, but I did feel like it was overkill of a specific type of sound for me, at least, you know, considering the two preceding tracks were reggae inspired. But we do get a welcomed change in pace with the track Back in My Bag. Now this is a banger straight up and down. The bars are hard and the production slapped. Rapsody states, cried over Malcolm, I cried over Dolph, and crying for Nipsey. Been feeling like Lauren. So here she is honoring some of the important hip hop figures that we've lost in recent years, like Mac Miller, Young Dolph, and Nipsey Hussle. Right after is Nico's interlude, which just contains one verse from Nico Brim, and that sets up the following track, Raw, with Lil Wayne. And Raw is one of the highlights without a doubt. We have Wayne and Rapsody spazzing over some head nodding, jazzy boom bap, and Wayne's flow was really on point, and that jazzy production was crisp. Track 18, Lonely Woman, then slows down the pace a little with another R&B tinged instrumental, and here she gives us some sexually arousing bars, kind of capturing that seductive vibe that I think more women are going to relate to. Track 20, Please Don't Cry interlude, it contains more comforting, therapeutic words from Felicia Rashad, and that then segues into the second to last song, Faith, where she expresses her gratitude to God for helping her stand tall, and it is backed by some lush chipmunk soul. The following bars did stand out. I woke up feeling like Curtis, these the makings of me. Then this album officially wraps up with Forget Me Not, and it features some closing words from Felicia Rashad, and Rapsody is talking, kind of summing up everything. So overall, I'm gonna give this project a rating of 4 mics. I think she gave folks a full listening album experience. You could say it's a full course home cooked meal for the soul. There are a wide range of different moods, vibes, sounds, and topics throughout. She is, of course, giving listeners that deep introspection and showing vulnerability in emotionally compelling ways. You also have this straight up raw hip hop tracks and some socially conscious bars. There's also that mental health therapy component, which will go over really well for the Charlemagne the God-like folks out there. I kid, but it's true. That is a part of this album, and I think that is always good when artists can feel comfortable being themselves and working through their trauma. Yeah, at the end of the day, there is just phenomenal rapping on this project, further demonstrating why she is regarded as high as she is as a lyricist. That being said, I do feel some of the sequencing bogged down the album at times for me, which made it seem a little longer than it actually was. Like, we had the 4 slower songs in a row and the 3 reggae styled records back to back, for instance. And there was nothing wrong with that. And don't get it twisted, I'm not saying those records were bad, but it can make things slightly repetitive sounding. Therefore, I feel the album could have overall benefited from a few less tracks. That is just my opinion, but I still feel this is a really strong album that will likely be some folks' album of the year. Now, it's not my album of the year, as I feel there have been other projects this year which I preferred more from front to back, but Rapsody, she did her thing. My favorite tracks include Marlana, Asteroids, Look at What You've Done, D&D, 3 AM, Back in My Bag, Raw, and a ballad for the homegirl. But let me know your thoughts on this project in the comment section. It's your boy Mixtape Moth. As always, is peace and blessings. Rapsody, please don't cry. One.